The attic door wasn't supposed to open after midnight. Sister Clara knew this, had been told twice. The wood was rotten, the stairs unsafe, but here she was, 3 in the morning, flashlight dying, looking for blankets that probably didn't exist. Her hand brushed something behind the beam, not blankets, a box, small, wooden, hidden like it wanted to stay that way. Inside, one envelope, sealed with red wax, cracked but unbroken. One word on the front, forgive. Clara recognized the handwriting. Sister Beatrice, the same Beatrice who hadn't spoken a single word in 38 years. Footsteps. Clara killed the flashlight, held her breath. The stairs creaked once, twice. A figure in the doorway. Beatrice, 74 years old, frail, barely 5 feet. But her eyes were loud. She didn't speak, never spoke. But her hand reached out, trembling, stretching toward the envelope. Please. Clara couldn't hear it, but she saw it. On the lips that never moved. Please don't. Clara put the letter inside her habit, walked past Beatrice without a word. The old nun didn't follow, didn't need to. They both knew what Clara had found. Clara had been looking for her mother her whole life, not the one who raised her. Margaret Chen was efficient, practical. She made lunches on time, signed permission slips, drove Clara to piano lessons she hated. But Margaret never held her when she cried. You're fine. Get up. Clara got up. Every time. Learned to stop crying by 7. Learned to stop asking for hugs by 9. The file from the adoption agency arrived when she was 12. Birth mother, unknown. Birth father, unknown. Place of birth, Illinois. That was it. 3 lines. 22 years of wondering answered with 3 lines. You have a family, Margaret said when she found Clara reading it. That paper is nothing. We are your family now. She took the file. Clara never saw it again. Margaret died when Clara was 28. Heart attack. Quick. No goodbye. At the funeral, Clara felt something she didn't expect. Relief. And then, shame for the relief. She cleaned out Margaret's house alone. No siblings. Father gone years before. Just Clara and boxes and silence. In the bottom drawer of Margaret's desk, the file. The same one, kept for 16 years. Clara opened it. A note she'd never seen. Handwritten. From the adoption agency. Birth mother requested closed adoption. No contact. No information. She was 18. She was not ready. 18. Her mother would be 46. Now. Maybe still alive. Maybe with other children. A real family. A family she wanted. She was not ready. Clara read that line 30 times. 30 times it meant the same thing. I didn't want you. She searched for 2 years. Illinois' birth records, ancestry databases, forums for adoptees, 3 different private investigators. Nothing. Her mother had vanished, or never wanted to be found. Clara stopped eating, stopped sleeping, stopped answering the phone. Her therapist called it obsessive grief. You're looking for something that doesn't exist. A mother who wanted you, but she didn't. And you need to accept that. Clara accepted it. Quit her job, sold Margaret's house, gave away everything. 3 months later, she entered the convent of St. Catherine in downstate Illinois, not because she believed, because she needed to stop looking. The convent was quiet in a way that felt like medicine. No questions, no explanations, just prayer and work and silence. Sister Clara took her vows at 30, permanent, irreversible. This is home now. I don't need to know where I came from. 6 years, she almost believed it. And then Beatrice had been in the convent longer than anyone. 42 years, already old when Clara arrived. She never spoke, hadn't since 1986. A vow of silence no one questioned anymore. But she watched. Clara noticed it the first month. Beatrice's eyes, following her in the dining hall, lingering after Mass, always nearby but never close. She's old, lonely. She watches everyone, but she didn't watch everyone. One night, Clara woke to use the bathroom. Beatrice was standing in the hallway, not moving, not praying, just standing outside Clara's door. When she saw Clara, she turned and walked away. Clara didn't sleep the rest of the night. She asked the Reverend Mother about it once. Sister Beatriz ... Is she all right? She seems to follow me. The Reverend Mother's face changed, just for a second, then gone. Beatrice is old. Her mind wanders. Don't take it personally. But her hands were gripping the desk, like she was holding something down. Now Clara sat on her bed, 3 in the morning, The letter in her hands, red wax, one word, forgive. Don't open it. The voice was clear. Some things stay buried for a reason. But Clara had spent her whole life not knowing. She broke the wax, unfolded the paper. The first line, my daughter was born on March 12, 1990. I named her Clara. The room tilted. March 12, 1990. Her birthday, her name. She read the line again. My daughter was born on March 12, 1990. I named her Clara. Her eyes dropped to the signature. Sister Beatrice, formerly Ruth Ann Wheeler. Clara couldn't breathe. The woman who watched her for 6 years. The woman who stood outside her door at night. Her mother, Clara, read the letter 3 times. Each time, the words cut deeper. I was 19, a novice, 6 months from my vows. The father was not who they said, not a gardener. My husband, we married in secret before I entered a civil ceremony. No witnesses, but God. I thought I loved him. I was wrong. The first time he hit me, I was 2 months pregnant. The second time, I lost a tooth. The third time, I couldn't walk for a week. The convent found out about the pregnancy, not about him. I never told them about him. They gave me 2 choices. End the pregnancy, or give the child away. I chose to give her away. At least then she would live. They took her the same day she was born. I held her for 11 minutes. I counted. 11 minutes. I named her Clara because it means bright. I wanted her to have light, even if I couldn't give her anything else. I took my vow of silence the same day. If I could not speak to my daughter, I would not speak to anyone. I have not broken that vow in 38 years. Forgive me. Clara put the letter down. 11 minutes. A 19-year-old girl, alone, holding a baby she knew she'd lose, counting seconds. That's all Clara had been allowed. Morning came. The bell for lauds rang at 5. Clara hadn't slept. She walked to the chapel like every day, but nothing was the same. This was where Beatrice had walked for 42 years. This was where she had hidden. This was her prison. The dining hall. 32 sisters, same seats, same silence. Clara sat across from Beatrice, the old woman's eyes down, hands folded, food untouched. The Reverend Mother stood. Sisters, I have an announcement. Sister Beatrice has been unwell. The doctors confirmed what we feared. A pause. She has a few months, perhaps less. Clara's fork slipped, hit the plate like a gunshot. Everyone looked, everyone except Beatrice. Clara went to the archives, the basement, dusty cold, boxes going back 100 years. She found Beatrice's folder. Wheeler, Ruth Ann, entered, 1985, vows, 1990, notes, see restricted file. The restricted cabinet wasn't locked. A birth certificate, baby girl Wheeler, born, March 12, 1990, mother, Ruth N. Wheeler, father unknown, but the father wasn't unknown. A letter from the diocese. Mr. Daniel Wheeler has agreed to relinquish all parental rights in exchange for the church's agreement not to press charges. Press charges? For what? A photograph. A man, mid-20s, dark hair, handsome, smiling. On the back, one word in Beatrice's handwriting, monster. Clara's stomach turned. Beatrice had been beaten, trapped, forced to choose. She didn't abandon Clara. She saved her. Clara walked to Beatrice's room. The door was open. Beatrice sat by the window, turned, stood, walked to Clara, lifted one trembling hand, touched Clara's face. Her fingers traced her cheek, her jaw, the line of her nose. 11 minutes. That's how long she'd held her. But she'd memorized everything. Then Beatrice stepped back, turned to the window. The visit was over. Clara walked out, closed the door, leaned against the wall. Her mother had been 15 feet away for 6 years, and still, they couldn't speak. Clara turned toward her room. The Reverend Mother was standing in the hallway, arms crossed. Sister Clara, you were in the archives today. Not a question. You accessed the restricted cabinet. Sister Beatrice's file. Clara's mouth went dry. Some secrets are kept for a reason. Not to hide the truth, but to protect the people who can't carry it. She stepped closer. If you found something you weren't meant to find, I suggest you forget it. She walked away. Forget it. How? Clara sat in her room, read the letter again. I held her for 11 minutes. I counted. She tried to feel it. A 19-year-old counting seconds, because seconds were all she had. Her chest hurt. Not from sadness, from recognition. She'd spent her whole life angry at a woman who didn't want her, but Beatrice had wanted her. 38 years of silence wasn't indifference. It was grief so big it swallowed language whole. Clara thought about Margaret, cold, practical, but she'd kept Clara's file. 16 years, never thrown away. Maybe Margaret wasn't cold. Maybe she was afraid. Afraid Clara would find her real mother and realize what she'd been missing. Please don't leave me. Please let me be enough. 2 women had wanted her. One gave her away to save her life. One kept her and was terrified of losing her. Both silent, both alone with it. The last page of the letter. I don't need her to forgive me. I just need her to be happy. To have the life I couldn't give her. But Clara didn't have that life. She was here. Same convent, same vow. The convent wasn't peace. It was surrender. She remembered Beatrice crying at her vow ceremony. Clara thought it was joy. It wasn't. It was horror. Watching her daughter lock herself in the same cage. I prayed she would be free. But Clara wasn't free. Never had been. She went to her desk, took out paper, wrote one word. Mom. Her hand trembled. I found your letter. I know what happened. And I need you to know. I forgive you. I forgive you. I forgive you. But a letter wasn't enough. A letter was silence with better handwriting. She walked to Beatrice's door, knocked. Beatrice opened it. Not surprised, like she'd been waiting. I know who you are. For words. 34 years. Beatrice's lips parted. A sound, not a word yet. A breath. Ragged. Broken. I knew. 2 words. The first in 38 years. Clara felt them hit her chest. You knew. Beatrice nodded. The moment you walked in. 6 years ago. Your face. Your hands. I knew. Why didn't you tell me? I wrote the letter the night you arrived. I thought maybe someday. ... Double quotes. She stopped. I thought I'd die first. I thought that was fair. Fair. Dying without your daughter knowing. You were going to let me live here and never tell me. Let me think I never found her. Beatrice's eyes were wet. I took everything from you once. Your life, your name, your chance at a family. I couldn't take anything else. Take what? Silence. Take what? Beatrice walked to the window. There's more. About your father. She turned. He didn't just give up custody. He was paid $20,000 to disappear. To stop hurting me. Clara's stomach turned. What did he do? Long silence. The last time he hit me. ... I was 8 months pregnant. I fell down the stairs. She touched her stomach. Old reflex. I went into labor that night. A month early. You almost lost me. I almost lost both of us. Beatrice sat on the bed. I spent 40 years believing I deserved this. The silence. The solitude. Penance for what I did to you. Clara sat beside her. You didn't do anything to me. I gave you away. You saved my life. Beatrice reached under her pillow. A note. Old. Yellowed. If you ever speak about what happened, I'll find her. I'll finish what I started. D. Clara's blood went cold. He threatened you. Beatrice nodded. He said if I ever told anyone, he would find you. A pause. So I stopped talking. 38 years. Not just grief. Fear. You've carried this alone. Thinking it was the only way to keep me safe. Beatrice nodded. But I'm here now. And we're done being silent. Beatrice grabbed her arm. I don't care. Clara, Mom. The words stopped everything. Beatrice broke. Clara held her. For the first time in 34 years. Not for 11 minutes this time. For as long as they needed. What happens now? Clara had a start. The note. Do you have the envelope? Beatrice pulled out a box. Inside the envelope. Postmarked, Gary, Indiana, 1986. And a photograph. Daniel Wheeler. An address on the back. 1847 Maple Street. I'm going to find him, Clara said. Beatrice grabbed her arm. No, not to confront him. Just to know if we need to keep being afraid, or if we've been hiding from a ghost. Beatrice looked at the photograph, then at Clara. If you're going to face him, I face him too. You're sick. You can't. I've been sick for 40 years. Sick with silence. Sick with fear. She stood, slowly, painfully. If you go, I go. Clara saw her eyes. The same eyes that watched her for 6 years. Done hiding. The bus to Gary leaves at 6. Beatrice nodded. We won't make it back before anyone notices. The Reverend Mother will find out. She'll survive. Clara turned to leave. Stopped. Get some sleep. Beatrice shook her head. I haven't slept well in 38 years. One more night won't matter. Clara opened the door. Clara, she turned. Thank you. For finding the letter. For finding me. I've been looking for you my whole life. I know. The door closed. 4:47 a.m. Clara got dressed. Habit, shoes, rosary. She put the letter in her pocket, walked to the door, opened it. The hallway was empty, except for one figure at the end. The Reverend Mother, arms crossed, face like stone. Sister Clara, going somewhere. The bus to Gary and the truth about Daniel Wheeler. What really happened the night Beatrice fell down the stairs, and the choice Clara must make when she learns what her mother is hiding, not about the past, but about the future. 40 years of silence, 6 years 15 feet apart, one address that could end it all. Would you go?